Hey guys, what's going on? Jebb here, and in today's video, we have a lot to talk about. Guys, there is some speculation that none other than Facebook maybe just bought some Bitcoin. We're going to be talking about that and a lot more in today's live stream. Guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. We are fast approaching 100K subs, and you're not going to want to miss some of the things that are coming up in today's live stream. We have something special for you at 1,500 likes. Smangatang is going to be joining us, and at 1,000 likes, we have something special as well. We are joined, as always, by my co-host, Non-Crypto Tim.
What's up,
doing,
everybody?
Tim?
I just want you guys to know, so I have a couple names on the show. I got the Crypto Beard, I got Non-Crypto Tim, but also one of the newest ones is the Jebb Wrangler. And just so you guys know, I am using top-notch technology today to wrangle Jebb in when he's doing a little too much. So for you guys out there, I have a new sign I created. My handwriting, I'm actually very proud of. Usually it's that of like a 5-year-old's, but this one looks pretty good.
It's not bad. It's not bad.
So I'm going to be using that a little bit today.
Man named Mike Howells said Jebb has the Wolverine hair this morning. It's true. You know, our shower's broken, so I had to shower in a sink this morning. Yeah. So you know, is what it is.
Nothing else, you guys should tune in every day just to see what's happening with Jebb's hair.
You should tune in every day to see if my hair is uptrending or downtrending.
I'm pretty sure this is like a rising wedge pattern.
Yes. Well, it was doing that last week, so we got to figure out what's going to. I think it's in a symmetrical triangle pattern.
Oh, I think this is like a cup and handle formation.
Either way, we are joined as always by yours truly, Smay.
Hi,
How are
guys.
you doing, Smay?
Did you like my haha funny jokes about Jebb's hair?
Wow.
They were really funny.
Very haha funny. Guys, we have something very special coming up at 1,000 likes. And at 1,500 likes, you're going to hear the Smaytang howl. For everybody who knows what that is, you know, you're in the know. Smash that subscribe button and hit the like button if you were interested in doing that and seeing that. Tim, what are we talking about today? Someone said I look like Ace Ventura. That's... it's coming.
We are talking about a lot of stuff. So there's actually a lot of news that happened this morning when I woke up. We can't even begin to cover all of it, but we chose what we thought was the most important information to you.
Yep.
And that is, of course, going to be starting with the recent Facebook and Elon Musk news. So before we dive into that, the rest of the show, we are going to be talking about what exactly is happening. It's not really a secret anymore. Cryptocurrency is an unstoppable train, but we're going to explore all the different areas it's been going and potentially do some of those altcoin TAs for you. We will see when we get there.
Absolutely, guys. We have a lot to talk about in today's live stream, and I'm really looking forward to it. You know, Tim, we had so much planning going on before the stream that I never got the planning document up, so I'm getting it up right now. I never got the planning document up. So much planning, guys. We had so much planning that we forgot to plan. It was great. Let me go ahead and grab this
Looks like someone's getting a
article. Here we go, guys. If you go ahead and switch to my screen, then we will jump into an article that you guys are definitely not going to want to miss. As you can see on you today, Facebook may reveal holding Bitcoin tomorrow. This is clarifying, unconfirmed. This is speculation, but it's something that very well may be happening. The quarterly meeting for Facebook, which, as you know, Facebook is a publicly traded company, is tomorrow. So let's go ahead and read, because this may be a huge development for the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space. Several major crypto community members are discussing the rumor that the Facebook social media giant might be holding Bitcoin on its balance sheet. Rumor: Facebook will announce they hold Bitcoin on their books when they release their quarterly results after trading closes tomorrow. Is Facebook holding Bitcoin secretly? Among these influencers are Jason A. Williams, partner at Morgan Creek Digital, British entrepreneur and investor Alistair Milne, and Mira Kirasanto. I'm not sure how to say that name, senior researcher analyst at Masari. The latter has assumed that the current rise of Bitcoin back above the $53,000 level may be due to Facebook buying Bitcoin, whereas the recent plunge below $48,000 was due to Tesla selling 10% of their Bitcoin holdings. We're going to get into that piece of news here in just a second. As you can see, Elon Musk was talking about selling Bitcoin at around 10% of it. We're going to talk about that in a second. The speculation is, did Bitcoin pump right after Facebook potentially bought Bitcoin? Facebook is something like a $400 or $500 billion company. If they bought Bitcoin, it very likely would have been one of the things that could have caused this massive pump. If you guys remember to yesterday's stream, we talked about in yesterday's stream how Bitcoin was really, based on everything we know about technical analysis, expected to break bullish somewhere around $44,000, maybe $43,000 in a couple of days. Instead of breaking out 70% of the way through this descending wedge, however, we actually broke out 50% of the way through, and we had a major rally above resistance at $50,000. This rally may have been to do with that purchasing of Bitcoin through Facebook. So let's go back to full screen and let's discuss this. I want to hear your thoughts in the comments section and in the chat. What do you think is going on here? Do you think that Facebook just bought Bitcoin? And I want you to tell us before we go over our take, if they did, what do you think this means for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies? Tim, what are you thinking, bud?
A couple of good things. First of all, Smay would really love this one because Stymie Snurdly said Facebook is the CIA.
Yes.
Smay has a running list of what CIA is actually doing and who they're involved with.
Did you know that Satoshi Nakamoto is actually the CIA?
Yes, he is.
That is true. That's facts.
These are not true facts with Jebb. We should start that. We should start a segment called Not True Facts. That'd be
Very
great.
true facts with Smay.
Not True Facts with Smay. Give us a 1 in chat if you'd like to see a segment called Not True Facts with Smay. Also, make sure to pump that like button, guys. We have something very special for you at 1,000 likes, and we really want to show it to you. So please, hit that like button. Normally, I say hit the like button for your sake because it pumps us in the algorithm and we get to evangelize Bitcoin. Pump the like button for our sake. We have something funny for you coming up right after that.
A lot of people in chat, you guys don't necessarily buy this news just yet, which is, this is a rumor. So, for all we know, this is absolutely false. What I would say, and I know Jebb is going to give a little more on this, but I can't verify this is actually true, and none of us will know for sure until tomorrow when Facebook reveals their quarter 1 numbers. That being said, it would be a great explanation of why we broke out of that descending wedge so soon.
Yep.
Because I think I talked about it yesterday with you guys. Jebb and I were looking at that Sunday night, and I was like, okay, it's going to get down to 42 if you look at this pattern. And so, don't get me wrong, I was very pleasantly surprised by that early breaking point, but it didn't make sense. And if Facebook news is true, that would make a lot of sense.
Yeah, and guys, you got to remember, Facebook is not new to the cryptocurrency space. Tesla getting into Bitcoin, that was news. Facebook being interested in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency is not news, and let me tell you why. Facebook attempted to launch something called Libra a couple of years ago. It failed. Haven't heard of Libra in a while, have you? Here's the thing. They very well may try their hand again at launching a Facebook cryptocurrency. And if they do, then they might actually be one of the first entities in the world to use Bitcoin for what I think its ultimate purpose will be, which is to be a reserve currency backing other currencies. So let's back up. If you've ever read the Bitcoin Standard, which I think we're going on like 17 days in a row mentioning that book, if you've ever read that book, then you will be familiar with the idea that Safadien almost talks about at the end of the book about how Bitcoin might not become the world currency of choice, but Bitcoin very well may become the thing that backs world currencies. In the same way, in the 20s, people didn't go around trading gold coins. This is a pure silver coin. They didn't go around trading silver coins, but their money was backed by gold. So in the same light, Bitcoin very well may become something called the Bitcoin Standard instead of the gold standard, the world reserve currency backing other currencies that are simply denominations or derivatives, if you will, of Bitcoin. The reason why this is a big deal for Facebook is because Facebook, and again, this is speculation on speculation, it's just a thought. If Facebook buys Bitcoin and then they want to launch their own currency, like a Tether or a USDC or a Gemini dollar or whatever, if they try and do that, they might use the Bitcoin that they're holding as backing to back the cryptocurrency that they might end up launching. Pure speculation is just a thought, but if it happens, it would propel Facebook so far. Facebook right now is in the midst of a giant battle with Apple around privacy concerns. And to be honest with you, this is something that Mark Zuckerberg and Facebook said for a long time. Make lots of mistakes along the way and just learn from them. Well, at the end of the day, they made a lot of mistakes insofar as their customers and their users don't trust them anymore, and it's not looking very good for Facebook. But if this happens, they could get a lot of power from this adoption of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies if they were to try and turn themselves into some kind of digital bank. Again, it's all speculation, but I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on that. Tim, what are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, someone was saying here that DM is just Libra. It was renamed how do you say Libra?
Libra.
Okay, Libra. It was just renamed at the end of last year. Again, I think a lot of people, I think we need to wait till tomorrow to fully know for sure what's happening. Like I said, that was just our take on what would make a lot of sense. I think some people agree, but we will see what happens. Someone mentioned a couple times, I want to give you guys your shot. They talk about the Doge news, and the Doge news, which we didn't talk about that much. I did not necessarily think this was the most important thing, but BitPay CCO claims that Dogecoin is eating away at Bitcoin's payment volumes. The reason why I didn't think it's that big was because nothing really is happening in Doge pricing. Am I wrong on that, Jebb?
Nothing that I can tell.
Think
I'm going to
so.
look.
Actually, in reality, it's kind of just hanging tight.
It's down 30% over the week.
But with this Facebook news, especially in light of, and what we're about to talk about is the Elon Musk news, as you guys have been following it.
Yep.
These things make a lot of sense. If you guys watched the last couple of shows, we've been talking about the kind of the weirdness of what Bitcoin has been doing recently, the mysterious drop, what was really causing that. Was it the mining in China going wrong, meaning like the power going out? Was it FUD? Was it all this? Which it was involved all those things. But this Elon Musk news, according to our sources at least, it actually was the end of Q1 when not Elon, I only want to say him because it's Tesla, even though he owns it. Tesla was the one selling their Bitcoin to prove its liquidity. But if you want to go ahead and go to that article before we do some technical analysis, Jebb.
Yeah, real quick, someone corrected me on something, so I want to go ahead and do that. Alchemist said, no, to get the quote right. Zuckerberg said, move fast and break things. Thank you. I couldn't remember the exact quote. That's what he was saying, move fast and break things. And what I was trying to get the point across is they moved fast, they grew very quickly, but then they broke the trust of their users. That's the point I was making. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump on to this article over here on Cointelegraph. If we can switch to my screen, because there has been some FUD in the cryptocurrency space that Tesla, with the CEO Elon Musk, sold Bitcoin. There was a big debacle on Twitter, and I want to run by you exactly what happened really quickly. Tesla may have realized some of his Bitcoin profits, but CEO Elon Musk continues to hodl. Billionaire entrepreneur Elon Musk has taken to Twitter to assure the cryptocurrency community that he has not sold any of his personal BTC stash, despite his company Tesla realizing profits from its recent Bitcoin buys. Musk's comments came in response to accusations from comedian Dave Portnoy that the Tesla CEO had profited from a Bitcoin pump and dump engineered through his public statements supporting the cryptocurrency, which, by the way, is a very serious allegation because that is essentially an allegation of insider trading. That is a very serious allegation, one that Elon Musk was right to refute. Rejecting his assertion, Elon Musk states that Tesla sold 10% of its holding essentially to prove liquidity of Bitcoin as an alternative to holding cash on its balance sheet. That means that Tesla is looking forward to holding Bitcoin for a very long time. And by selling 10% of its holdings at a profit, it simply wanted to prove to stakeholders that Bitcoin is a safe thing to hold. It has liquidity. If they want to get out of it, they are capable of getting out of it. And there's nothing to be concerned about as far as a liquidity issue is concerned. You can see the tweet here. He said, so am I understanding this correctly? Elon Musk buys Bitcoin, then he pumps it. It goes up, then he dumps it and makes a fortune. Listen, I own one Bitcoin, but Bitcoin is exactly what we thought it was. Just don't be the last one hodling the bag. Big words right there coming out of him. He said, no, you do not understand what you're talking about. I have not sold any of my Bitcoin. Tesla sold 10% of its holdings, essentially to prove liquidity of Bitcoin as an alternative to holding cash on a balance sheet. So let's go to full screen. Let's discuss this. We had a very good point made by our researcher, No Chill Dasa, earlier on. He talked about how if Tesla and Elon Musk's other company, SpaceX, are going to be the companies that are going to bring about electric vehicles, they're going to be the companies that put people on Mars and on the moon. God, let me ask you a question. When was the last time that a new car company came into the space and gave Ford, gave Ford, Toyota, and all these other major automakers a run for their money? It hasn't happened in 100 years. GM, all of them are getting market share taken away from them by Tesla. That has not happened in almost a century. Tesla has done something that no other car company has even come close to being able to do, and SpaceX is doing the exact same thing. These are innovative companies by their very nature, by their very design and market. They are companies that are looking towards the future. They are similar to an Apple, wanting to be very innovative. That's why people buy Teslas, is because they want to feel like, oh man, I'm part of the future. Here's the thing. Bitcoin is the future of finance. So I've always said, ever since Tesla made this announcement that they were buying Bitcoin, that it makes a lot of sense. Because what does Tesla do? Why is Tesla in business? Tesla is in the business of using technology to make the world a better place. What is Bitcoin in the business of? It's in the business of using technology, blockchain technology, to make the world a better place, solving Keynesian economic policy revolving around inflationary economies. What is Tesla doing? They are attempting to use battery technology and electric vehicle technology to help with climate change. That's what they want to do. It makes sense. The why behind both of these projects is in perfect alignment. Tesla selling Bitcoin is not something that we should be concerned about. It's actually something that we should be very happy about, because it means that Tesla is acting as an investor in this project, and that actually means that they're very happy with it. If Tesla didn't like Bitcoin, they could have sold all of it. They didn't. Anyway, what are your thoughts on that, Tim? And tell us in the chat what you guys think.
I kind of said what I thought already. It just would make all of this stuff is rumors, or not all. The Tesla news is confirmed. Everyone knows that. The Facebook, aspect of it is a rumor. You know, people are asking in chat. Someone asked chat, "Oh, did Facebook actually buy?" And I'm like, okay, we're not going to know for sure until tomorrow, because also Facebook's been very clear about not wanting to publish that, but tomorrow they have to, because they have to show their
quarterly
investments, right?
Yep.
So we will know this information, I would assume, at some point tomorrow if it is confirmed. That being said, it would make a lot of sense.
Yes, indeed.
Do you want to go ahead and do some technical analysis, Jebb?
Yeah, I think so. I think we ought to go ahead and talk about Bitcoin. Guys, before we talk about Bitcoin, I need you to hit that like button. We got something special for you at 1,000 likes, but we need you to hit the like button if you want to see it. You're not going to want to miss this, I promise you. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Let's go ahead and jump on to the chart. Guys, Bitcoin had been in a relatively large downtrend over the last 9 days or so. We pulled back 26% over the course of 11 days. As we talked about in yesterday's stream, our descending wedge had a target down here of around $42,000 to $43,000. These wedges normally break out 70% of the way through, which would have put us right there smack dab at $42,000 to $43,000 by the end of May. In about 3 days is when we would have expected to break out. We broke out early. The question is, did that happen because of Facebook buying? Well, that's what we've already talked about, but let's look at the technicals. Right now, there's a very important level of support that Bitcoin needs to pay attention to that was resistance up until 2 days ago. That was $53,200. As you can see, this is representative of these 3 bottoms right over here. When we broke bearish below it, that is where we rallied to. That's where we corrected to. We broke below it, and we set a double bottom down here at $47,000. This is actually very encouraging, because hitting this double bottom right here and bouncing means that this very well may be turning into an inverse head and shoulders pattern. If we come out here to the 4-hourly chart on a clean chart, then I'll show you what I'm talking about. We see that Bitcoin has a head right here, a potential left shoulder right here. If Bitcoin rallies up to roughly $57,000 and pulls back, this could be our right shoulder, and if that occurs, that is going to have a major impact on the price of Bitcoin. If we draw a price target here, that would put our price target right back up to $66,000. It's something you want to pay attention to, and this is why charting is so important. Because if you don't look at the chart, and if you don't look at the technical analysis, you're just not going to know where the market's going. If you want to make profit in the space, you got to understand the technicals. So looking at Bitcoin, there is some other good news. Namely, on the 4-hourly chart, yesterday we broke bullish above the 24-hourly EMA. You can see it happen right there. That's a very important moving average on every single time frame. It dictates whether you're in an uptrend or a downtrend. Right now on the 4-hourly chart, we are in an uptrend. Looking at the daily chart, some interesting things are happening as well. You can see the MACD is converging bullish, and that MACD very well may be crossing bullish in the next 2 to 3 days. If that occurs, then we will probably break further to the upside. RSI, as you can see, has bounced off of 70 and has rallied all the way back to 47. This is interesting because this is actually the close to the bottom that Bitcoin will pull back to during the previous 3 major corrections. So the fact that we're rallying to that and testing that as resistance means that, one, we have some room to go before we're confirmed bullish, but it also means that if we're capable of breaking through this, then the sky is really the limit. RSI can move all the way back up to like 85 before we'd want it to correct in the kind of market that we're in right now. So very good sign moving into the future. Here's the thing though, guys. This is the decision point on Bitcoin that we need to pay attention to. It is none other than the 20 daily exponential moving average. I just talked about the 24-hourly exponential moving average, but the daily EMA, notice this is exactly the level that we're getting resistance at, is $55,400. If you guys remember, I made my price prediction on Bitcoin at $55,555, somewhat as a joke, but actually somewhat seriously, because there's also a level of resistance sitting around $57,000, which I talked about in yesterday's stream. Those 2 levels, the 20 daily EMA and this level of resistance right here, create a zone in between $55,000 and $57,000. If Bitcoin is able to break out of that and rally, and that will cause a MACD cross. And if we do that, then we'll likely have that inverse head and shoulders pattern, giving us a price target up close to 65K, and we'll rally back to all-time high in the next few weeks. I want to hear your thoughts on that in the comment section, though, in the chat. What do you think Bitcoin's going to do? Do you think it's going to break $55,000 to $57,000 in the next week and rally? Do you think it's going to get caught there, or do you think it's going to correct and move to the downside? Give me a 1 if you think it's going to go up, and a 2 if you think it's going to go down. Let's go back to full screen, and let's discuss. Tim, what do you think Bitcoin is going to do?
I mean, this is a great question. If you had asked me this yesterday, I would have told you I'm pretty sure it's going to hit its head right there on that 55.4 resistance and kind of hover down. If you guys heard the show a couple days ago, or you guys just, what is it, yesterday? Is it yesterday Monday?
Yesterday was
Gosh,
Monday.
this week is...
I know, this is a weird week.
My brain is...
This is a weird week.
Anyway, so my prediction is I think it's going to be sitting right below that barrier on Friday. That being said, when I saw that news about Facebook, like Facebook, dislike Facebook, whatever you want, it is big news if that rumor is true. And if that rumor is true, I would put that on the same level and this is my opinion, so this is not really anything concrete. I'm also a crypto noob, as you guys know. That's why I'm non-crypto Tim. That being said, I would expect it to be of similar value and level to when Tesla announced that they were buying Bitcoin. Mm-hmm. And if you go back, I think it was February, the end of February when that happened? Or was it the beginning of February?
It was.
I think February 8th. Go back and look at February 8th and look at that massive green candle. That was the day that news broke that Tesla was adopting Bitcoin.
Yeah, here it was.
Or purchasing Bitcoin.
It was, let's see. Yeah, go to my screen real quick, Smay. I'm actually going to show him that candle he's talking about. Right here. This is the candlestick. Are we on my screen?
Yes.
Awesome. This candlestick right here, 20%. If I'm not mistaken, February the 8th was the day that Tesla bought that. Tim, can you go ahead and fact check that for me real quick? If that
that's what Dawson and I were talking about this
That's
morning.
what Dawson said?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes.
So our researcher told us that's the day that Tesla bought Bitcoin. It's February the 8th. We had a 20% rally. So let's go back to full screen and let's talk about that. Guys, whenever one of these major tech companies gets involved with Bitcoin, what does it do? Yes, they're buying up Bitcoin and reducing the supply, which is going to increase the supply and demand ratio, and it's going to drive the price up. Sure. Economics aside, it actually provides a lot of confidence in the Bitcoin market. Let me give you an idea here. Now that a large part of Tesla's balance sheet is in Bitcoin, anyone who buys the stock of Tesla in a certain way is buying a share of Bitcoin. I said a share of Bitcoin. You never hear someone say a share of Bitcoin. What? Bitcoin's not a stock. It doesn't have shares. But if Bitcoin is part of the thing that's underpinning the value of Tesla, then all of a sudden, Tesla's value is somewhat related to the value of Bitcoin. So the more companies get Bitcoin, the more the stock market is actually going to somewhat reflect the price of Bitcoin. This is a big deal if Facebook does end up getting involved in Bitcoin. If they buy Bitcoin, they're probably going to buy on the order of between 10 and 100,000 Bitcoin, by the way. That's a lot. They're going to buy billions if they're planning on getting into it, or there wouldn't be a reason to do so in the first place. It's a pretty big deal, and it's not something you're going to want to miss. We will keep you guys up to date on that.
I think a great question for chat. I mean, so Mark Chaffin, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. You could be 100% correct. Like I said, first of all, I don't have Facebook. We at one point were communicating through Facebook Messenger, so I downloaded Facebook Messenger. I don't personally like Facebook. I still think it's a large company, but what do you guys think? Like, do you think I think they're saying like there's a massive move away from Facebook. In my opinion, at least at this point, Facebook still is so large and has such a high influence on things. I still think it's big news. But what do you guys think? Let's say this rumor was true. It is just a rumor right now, but let's say tomorrow Facebook comes out and says, yes, we have purchased this amount of Bitcoin and it's a massive number. Do you guys think that is a massive bullish move and a rally is going to ensue for Bitcoin, or do you think it's not really going to matter? Because I think there's a differing opinion there.
Yeah, go ahead and tell us what you think on that in chat. Guys, we're going to jump onto my screen really quickly, and I want to show you a piece of analysis that you can find over on Glassnode. We're not affiliated with Glassnode yet. Anyone watching from Glassnode, we would love to be sponsored by you. It's a great website and has a lot of very useful on-chain metrics. There is an article right here over on NewsBTC called Key Fundamental Data Suggests Bitcoin May Defy Bears, and you're not going to want to miss this chart. This is, as far as technical and fundamental indicators are concerned, is by far the most important indicator we've talked about in this entire stream and probably all week. This is big. And when I saw this morning and they showed this to me, our research team showed this to me, I was very excited. Anyway, guys, let's go ahead and read this. Recent drop brings return of Bitcoin doomsday, but there's still hope left. This is clickbait, just so you know. Everybody's got to do it. That's the way the game's played. Fortunately, there are reasons for hope. Obviously, there are reasons for hope. Whereas short-term technical and sentimental signals are decidedly bearish, which they are, some of them, certain fundamental data suggest that the great big bull market of Bitcoin began in the late 2020s still has some legs under it yet. For instance, the number of individuals who own Bitcoin as measured by Glassnode's active entities metric is still rapidly rising. Veteran crypto price analyst Willy Woo recently shared the following graph via Twitter. This graph right here is big. Let me break it down. As you can see in the back, this is the Bitcoin price action. We're looking at May 2020 all the way up until today. This is about a year of price data for everybody who's watching. Bitcoin started back here around $6,000 to $7,000. It's now trading up with a new all-time high of $60,000 to $70,000, about 1,000x return in the span of a year. This blue line right here represents something called entities. What is an entity? An entity is an active user in the cryptocurrency space. I'm an entity. Tim's an entity. Smay's an entity. At least we hope he is. And hopefully you are an entity. Hey, Smay really doesn't like it when I call him a no-coin. He's not a no-coiner, guys. For everybody who was here a couple weeks ago. Anyway.
Actually, I did sell my Dogecoin. I think I'm a no-coiner again.
Okay, well, if you sold your Dogecoin, I am proud of you. So anyway, we see right here net entities has grown significantly in the last couple of months.
Did you say grown?
I said grown, yeah.
Yeah, bro.
Gron.
Gron?
What's a gron? I don't know. Do we know what a gron is? Did I just make that up? I just made up a new word. This is how new words are made. Did you know that? Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, guys, we can see that ever since January, net entities have grown from right around 7,000 all the way over 30,000. Let's go to full screen. Let's discuss this. What is the thing that drives long-term adoption on Bitcoin? What is the thing that drives long-term price appreciation on Bitcoin? It's people getting into Bitcoin. Like, if the cryptocurrency is going to be adopted, then by the laws of law, someone has to adopt it, right? If more people are adopting Bitcoin, that naturally means that more money is able to be injected into the Bitcoin economy, if you will. The fact that this metric has rallied so much is a big deal, because for everybody saying, oh, Bitcoin's going to go back into a bear market, Bitcoin's going to go down to $30,000, let me ask you the question, what about all the people that are already here? What about all the money that is here now that's probably not going to leave? Sure, there's going to be some weak hands. Sure, there's going to be some people that are going to make like a tree and leave. You know, that was a reference to Back to the Future too. There are going to be people that are going to be gone. But the point is, enough people are here that were not here before that we have a new underlying intrinsic value much higher than we've ever seen before. Bitcoin is very strong, and you don't want to miss out on where we're going based on metrics like these. I want to hear your thoughts on that in chat, and smash that like button if you haven't already. We are trying to get to 1,000 likes because we have something special for you. And subscribe to the channel. We're fast approaching 100K subs, and I'm very thankful for everyone who just tuned in. By the way, guys, if you want a fantastic cryptocurrency trading platform, I would highly recommend Bybit. The link is in the description box down below. It is the trading platform that we recommend. If you are new to trading, I would recommend holding off on using too much leverage with them, but as you grow and experience in cryptocurrency markets, it can be a very effective tool for capitalizing on the money and the profit potential that you have. It's a fantastic exchange. You should sign up with the link in the description box down below. Helps out the channel quite a lot when you do that. Let's read chat for a few minutes.
Jebb, what should I do if I don't know how to trade?
What should you do if you don't know how to trade? Well, boy, howdy, do I have something for you. It's called the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, and the link's in the description box down below. 2 years ago, I made something called CT2A, guys. I launched it. A couple dozen people joined, and now several thousand people have joined over the last 2 years. If you are a member of the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy, drop a 1 in chat. I would love for everybody to see just how many people love the Academy. If you want to learn how to do technical analysis, charting, if you want to learn how to read indicators and apply all of that to your trading and investment so you can actually make money in the cryptocurrency space, you have to invest in your education. Nelson Mandela once said that the thing that breaks the shackles of slavery is none other than education. I'm paraphrasing, but that was the point he was getting at. Education is the gate and key to financial freedom. So I have a program that is going to teach you, educate you on how to work in cryptocurrency markets. It's a fantastic program. You should join it. All those ones in chat are some of our alumni. Sign up with the link below. Guys, what are your thoughts on this indicator about Bitcoin? Tim, do you have any thoughts on it?
I don't.
You don't?
Yeah, I don't even know how to read it. So
That's fair.
I'm just gonna be
okay.
real,
Well, let's
honest.
read chat for a second. Let's read some chat, and we will move on to our next segment here in just a second. What do we see going on in chat?
I see no Krista.
You see no Krista?
I see.
Oh, no.
Heartbroken.
Heartbroken. Man. Well, let's see here. Drop a 7 in chat if you're here from BitBoy's video that we did with him yesterday. Shout out to Ben. If you guys haven't subscribed to BitBoy, you should definitely do that. 1K likes and Jebb will force BitBoy to wear bell bottoms. That's a reference to our talk yesterday. I don't know if I have that influence over him, but I could text him. I have his number.
Bro, hold on.
I could what?
Sorry, somebody named Christos said, "Am here, heart." We're not talking about you, homie.
We're not talking about you, homie.
Oh my.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Sorry,
That's really funny.
I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Oh my gosh. All right, so where we going next, Tim?
Well, unless you have been living under a rock, then you are very aware of the fact that cryptocurrency is not going to go anywhere anytime soon. In fact, it is an unstoppable train. But we want to cover all the different things that are happening just in case you're not aware of all that stuff. So, Jebb, if you want to take that over, there's a lot of different things happening there. But I'll let you have it.
Guys, so what we've seen in the last several months is a massive wave of adoption. We've seen huge companies, huge industries getting involved. We saw PayPal, Visa, and Venmo start getting into the cryptocurrency space. This is a new era of adoption for cryptocurrency, and that's the foundation of everything we're talking about here. I want to explain to you how much things have changed in the last 6 months. They have changed in a huge way. Let me give you an example. I'm going to read a note that we have here. Cardano is going to be having the Africa special soon, which is happening Thursday. That is one of the major parts of the that is one of the major parts of the world that we haven't seen cryptocurrency do a whole lot in yet, is Africa. We've seen it do very well in Europe and in Asia and in North America and South America and Australia. We haven't seen a lot going on in Africa, but here's the thing about Africa. Africa is one of the fastest growing, it's one of the fastest growing areas of the world with some of the highest economic potential. And cryptocurrency getting its foothold there, helping the people of Africa, is one of the things that might drive cryptocurrency adoption to the moon. One of the other things that we want to talk about are the different industries that are adopting Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Number one, obviously, finance, currency, world markets. Bitcoin is doing very well there. The financial industry is starting to open up to Bitcoin. We saw the likes of, I think it was JP Morgan, several other major companies, several other major investment banks starting to accept and offer Bitcoin products to their customers. Huge news coming out of the financial world. Like I said earlier, PayPal, Venmo, Visa, all these big companies getting involved with Bitcoin or Ethereum or something else. The like, we're seeing Bitcoin debit cards come out all over the place. But there's actually a segment of the market that we haven't talked about very much that I know Tim is very passionate about. It's called the sports world. And the sports world has been massively adopting cryptocurrencies right under the radar of this channel. We've known about it, we just haven't talked about it yet. So I'm going to hand the mic to Tim for about 5 minutes so he can go over what's going on in the sports world, one of the biggest entertainment industries on planet Earth. Take it away, Tim.
Brace yourself, guys.
Here is the thing. I have been bullied ever since I've been here for being a sports guy. Never thought it would come to that, but it's very soon that it's going to be my turn to shine, right? It's going to be my turn to shine because here is the thing. Say what you will, whether you like it or hate it, when sports gets into things, it explodes. And so, if you don't pay attention to the sports world and you don't care about sports, what I'm about to talk to you about is things that you should be caring about because this is mass adoption. First of all, a lot of us know about the whole Doge adoption with the Mavericks and everything that, what's his face? Mark Cuban is doing there. I don't know. My wife and I have been watching Shark Tank a lot recently.
Oh, yeah?
I used to like him a lot. I don't know.
Mark Cuban's weird.
I don't know what I'm. Anyway,
Cuban's just
but
weird.
that being said, the Mavericks have adopted Dogecoin. You can purchase memorabilia. You can get into the games. Like, it is a whole sector that if you are a Mavericks fan and you use Dogecoin, you can be doing a lot with. Bitcoin, I mean, this is a lesser known news because Sacramento Kings, if you're from Sacramento or if you're a fan of the Kings, I'm so sorry. You guys are not a good basketball team.
Hold on. You're assuming that there's such thing as a Sacramento Kings fan.
My thing is, listen, here's the thing. Sacramento Kings could become very wealthy because they now offer every single person that works for the club the ability to make their salary in Bitcoin. That is huge. I love it. I'm a Kings fan now.
They can't be wealthy if no one's showing up to the games. That's all I'm saying.
God.
That's rough. That's
pretty harsh.
So we talked about this a couple of weeks ago, or I guess a month ago now, but last year, Russell Ochung, an offensive lineman, took half his salary in Bitcoin and went from being a very mediocre of the pack, like middle of the pack paid player, to being one of the top 30 paid players in the whole league because of what happened to Bitcoin. That is huge. Trevor Lawrence, the incumbent number one pick in the NFL draft, just signed a deal with Blockfolio. I don't know as much about Blockfolio, but I was talking with Jebb about it. Jebb knows a lot more about that.
Yeah.
I'm going to let him talk about that if he wants to. In a little bit.
Guys, it's been.
Okay, go ahead. No, go ahead.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, actually, you take it away because I want to get.
I want to get through the rest of the day. So that's big news. Top Shot and Flow have led the charge in basketball NFTs. Things like Michael Jordan and Kevin Durant have invested, I think, what was the total between their investments? Like $350 million into that. So these are not stupid people just throwing their money away. They are investing in something they see a future in. And if not the biggest news of the day for sports, Sean Culkin. I don't know how many people have heard that name. He just announced yesterday that he is going to be taking his entire 2021 salary in Bitcoin. And his reason for that is because he wants to show you guys he's all in. He wants to prove to the world that Bitcoin is the future. This is a man who got a degree in finance from Missouri. And despite being probably one of the lowest paid players in the league, I think his salary is sitting somewhere around $900,000, which don't get me wrong, Jebb, we're going to talk later.
$920,000, that's what it was.
I would love to have a salary of $900,000.
Hey, I would too,
But
buy CT2A.
We'll talk later. The thing is, he's going to go from one of the probably cheapest players in the league in terms of being able to be afforded by the Chiefs to being one of the, I'm not going to say top because it's going to take a long time to get there, but he'll be a middle of the pack, like very wealthily paid player because he's going to be taking his entire salary in Bitcoin. Also, in case anyone knows him or is he watching the show, we would love to have you on the show, Sean.
Yes.
I think Jebb tweeted at you yesterday.
Tweeted at him.
If you guys would love to see Sean come on the show, make sure you guys tweet him, tell him to come on the Coffee and Crypto
I think
Live.
it's at Colkin22. Go ahead and tweet at him.
So this is all big, and it's not even what I think is potentially the biggest news. If you guys have been following Chiliz is a coin that had a really nice spike a couple of weeks ago, or I guess a month ago or something like that, but it is on its way back up. Chiliz is an app that was created in Europe for the purpose of, first of all, letting people get involved in the sports betting world. That is massive. The amount of people and the amount of money that is exchanged in betting on sports is I don't even know the number. We can look that up later.
Hundreds of billions.
It's a big number, right?
Yes,
and Chiliz is the first platform coming that will allow people to be involved there. But they went even a step further. If you are a sports fan, how many of you sit on the couch week by week wishing that you could help make the decisions for the team? Chiliz is seeking to help that by allowing fans to purchase fan tokens that would allow them to be a part of some decisions being made, and each club gets to make their decisions for themselves. Right now, it's really popular in soccer and making their way into MMA, and I think it's not too long before we see it in the NFL and the NBA as well. But you as a fan don't just have to sit back and watch. You actually can be involved with some of the team decisions being made. And there's also incentives because if your team wins a game, for example, Chiliz has announced they're going to start burning fan tokens for that team, which makes your tokens that much more valuable. This is the beginning of a massive story of wealth coming into the sports world through cryptocurrency, which I'm super excited about. So in case you guys were wondering, very bullish on Chiliz for Tim. Let me know what you guys think.
Yeah, guys, it sounds like one of the applications of blockchain technology that might actually become mass adopted. Chiliz is a project that I'm not invested in, but I'm actually thinking about doing it. Tim is convincing me. In between all the bullying that goes on 7 hours a day, that he gets about an hour a day to talk about Chiliz, and it's really fun. Just so you know, we don't actually bully Tim. Someone said...
I do.
Oh, okay.
They do.
Well,
They do bully me. That's fake news from Jebb.
Do I bully you?
All the freaking time.
Give me an example.
This morning.
What did I do this morning?
I cried. I don't even remember. It was so emotional.
You cried?
Yeah, I cried.
You lying sack
You're
of
hurt.
crying.
Bro,
You
nothing
hurt.
brings
This
me
man
more
is lying.
joy. Nothing
You did
brings
not
me more
cry.
joy to see him crying after getting bullied.
They make fun of me all the... Okay, yesterday we were making fun of me because I was telling a story. Like a month ago, I told a story about a high school game where I scored 9 touchdowns. And they were making... They were making
Guys,
fun
that
of me
was
for that.
funny.
Does that not make sense? He was telling a story about a high school football game where he made a bunch of touchdowns, and he was flexing that on us.
Listen,
What's the TV show where the guy, like, he always brags about in high school, I made 4 touchdowns, he's like 45? What TV show is that? Is that...
I was an elite football player. I scored 7 touchdowns in a high school recreational game.
I love
what is the name of that show?
which show?
Al Bundy. It's called Al Bundy
I've never
syndrome.
seen that.
You've got Al Bundy syndrome. That's what you have.
No, it's at the end of the day. Here's the thing.
Married with children. That's it. Thank you.
The point of the story was actually guys, I'm like second in command of this company. I help run the day-to-day operations. I was trying to get a point across to people because one of our core values is being competitive. I was trying to tell them a story about how you don't just focus on the victories.
when I was in high school.
Could you let me freaking tell this? This is bullying. This is bullying. I don't even get to sell the story and let them decide if this was a good story or not. The thing is that you don't focus on all of the victories when there were losses. What the point of the game was, I had 9 touchdowns in the game, but after the game I was disappointed because I had a fumble, and my mind focused on the fumble, and that's how you get better. You don't focus on all the wins. You make sure you address the losses. But that being said, great point of a story, great motivational talk that I got bullied for simply because I was. I guess in their eyes, flexing on them. None of them played sports. The flex
You're
would
right.
mean
I did
anything.
play
Hey, I
sports.
played sports. I played esports. It's called League of Legends.
Okay,
No.
I played basketball, but that's something different.
Yeah. Smay would run you over in basketball. That dude can play. I played with him.
Well,
Don't wanna
not
mess with him.
anymore. I'm obese.
Yeah. Hey, Ryan, I am. I probably need to start my own show because
my
the
gosh.
feelings are getting really hurt.
Wow.
Oh, man.
Wow.
I've never been bullied on
Someone
this
said
level.
Team Snowflake Tim. That's great. No
Thank
one can
you,
take.
Povito.
Hey, you know what? 9 touchdowns. That's 9 more than I've made my whole life. So
Hey, guys.
actually, no, it's 7 more than I made my whole life. I got 2 in a middle school game.
I just want to
Like the
thank. I
stream.
want to thank everyone in the chat for the support. I feel very uplifted, which is another, like, that's one of the whys of this company, is to uplift people. So thank you so much. You guys are the best. That being said, I had my piece. I'm pretty sure that was more than 5 minutes.
Someone say y'all need to hug it out. That's great.
Yeah.
Guys, we did not hit 1,000 likes unless we hit it in the next 5 minutes. So we have 6 minutes left. We want to make one final point, then we're going to go over price predictions, and we're going to wrap it out. Number one, if you have any questions, anything that you want to get to us on regarding CT2A, any questions you have about Bybit or the Academy or subscribing to the channel or why you should hit the post notification bell, if you got any questions about why you should do any of that, support at cryptojebb.com. That is our support email. That is monitored very closely. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out over to there, and someone will get back to you immediately. If you have any questions for me, it'll be forwarded to me, and I can answer them as well. So make sure to check that out, support at cryptojebb.com. By the way, if you ever get an email from anyone with a Gmail or domain, the only emails we talk to you guys on is cryptojebb@gmail.com, which is getting pushed back. We're starting to leave that one behind. Everything that we do is at cryptojebb.com. So don't fall for scams. There's a lot of them out there, guys. Make sure you like the stream, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. The last point we want to make is this. We have seen Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies penetrate into the financial markets. We've seen it move into the sports market. We've seen, what other markets have we seen it move into, Tim?
We've seen the finance market. We've seen the sports market. We've seen
the entertainment market and the memes.
Obviously, the entertainment market. We've seen social media go crazy.
Media.
I mean, SafeMoon the other day was literally just pumped because of TikTok pushing it.
Yep.
My question is how long before we see a political campaign be funded by cryptocurrency?
Charity, that's another place it's gotten into.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got, guys, so America has midterm elections coming up in 2022, and then the presidential election comes up 2 years after that. I'm wondering if people are going to start taking donations in cryptocurrency. We've already seen a presidential candidate, Yang, I forgot his first name. Andrew Yang. He's running for mayor in New York City now. Andrew Yang was taking donations in Bitcoin and cryptocurrency.
Was he really?
I think he was, yeah.
All right, well then my answer was, my question
I might be wrong about that. I know he's pro-Bitcoin.
I don't know that for sure.
We can fact check whether or not he was taking donations in it. I remember reading that. I could be wrong. The point is, he's very pro-Bitcoin, and I think that's going to end up becoming something that is going to be somewhat politicized. So watch out in the next 4 years. Bitcoin might start turning into a political topic. But I want to hear your thoughts on that. The political campaigning industry is gigantic. If it was smaller, we'd probably have a much more peaceful country. But at the end of the day, it is huge, and it is something that we're going to want to watch out for as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies to continue to spread themselves throughout our entire society. Anything else before we wrap it out, Tim?
There's a lot of people asking in chat, could we give an update on Cardano? Just in case people aren't looking at the prices, there was a slight correction. If you guys were looking at, the trading view, Bitcoin is still sitting at 54,500. Ethereum sitting at 2,550. Cardano did correct to 127, but again, that's not a dump. People are saying, oh, why is everything dumping? That's not a dump. That's a correction. I think when I woke up this morning at 4, we're sitting at 126.
Yeah.
So that's not anything big. But that being said, why did we not talk that much about Cardano in this video and do any TA? Because this afternoon, you guys will be getting a video from Jebb where he is going to be doing it. A technical analysis breakdown, but also helping you guys know how to be trading Cardano, because we are expecting some big things, especially in light of that Cardano Africa news.
Yep.
But we're making a rally even before any of that news comes out, so that is very, very good for Cardano.
Yep.
So that's why we didn't talk about it that much in the stream.
Yeah, guys, so we will talk about Cardano more later on in today's video. If you'd like to see some trades that I've done on Cardano and some trades that I'm planning on doing on Cardano, make sure to subscribe to the channel and watch that video. It'll be coming out, I think we're uploading them at 2 p.m. sharp now.
Around between 2 and 2:30.
Around 2 and 2:30 is when we have those
What exchange
uploaded.
are you using, Jebb?
I am using Bybit. You should find the link in the description box down below. It helps out the channel when you sign up. It's a great exchange. It has great uptime, great customer service, a cool and amazing user interface, lots of liquidity, and it's the exchange I recommend.
And if you want to know how to trade.
And if you want to know how to trade, you should sign up for the Cryptocurrency Technical Analysis Academy. Thank you so much, Smangatang. Sign up for Bybit with the link in the description box down below. Helps out the channel greatly when you do that. Any final questions before we wrap it out?
No final questions. We do want to just update you guys on what is happening. So yesterday we made our predictions for Friday.
Oh yeah, the price predictions.
And I want to just remind, if you guys weren't able to tune in yesterday, so you guys can see the prices. In case you're new, every single Monday, the three of us have a very fun game. Please don't make trades based off of these predictions, but we just predict what it should look like 9:30 on Friday, and we do a winner-takes-all system. So we predict ADA, Ethereum, and Bitcoin, but whoever wins the most wins the whole thing. So Cardano, Smay has 145, Jebb has 133, and I am predicting it is going to 170. Let us know in chat, are you team Smay, Jebb, or Tim on Cardano? For Ethereum, Smay is thinking it's going to sit at 2,600. Jebb goes a little higher with 2,628. Team Tim believes we're going over 3,000. Let us know again. What do you think? Joshua Haynes is not a fan of me, I don't think. So it's okay, Josh. I love you anyway. And on Bitcoin, this is the one. I've been predicting Bitcoin so high that I went low this time. So Smay thinks 59,000. I think, depending on what happens with his Facebook news, that could be a very good guess.
Yeah.
Jebb thinks we're going to sit right on the north side of that resistance line at 55,400. And he says 55,500. I don't know if we're going to make it through, but it depends on what happens with Facebook. But I predicted 55,000 even. Let us know what you guys think. Who do you agree with, and what are your thoughts? That's all I got, Jebb. I'm giving it back to you.
I have something, guys.
Go for it.
If you aren't already, which you should be, make sure you follow us on social media, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone called you 9 touchdown Tim.
Listen,
Pulvito in the house. Awkward silence. What? What are we doing?
He's like fuming on the inside.
I don't feel like I have
It's about to be the teapot.
I don't have anything to say about
He's
it.
got some steam coming out of
My
his ears.
stats speak for themselves.
Guys, that is going to wrap it out for today's live stream. If you did enjoy, make sure to hit that like button. We will move back to doing our 1K like goal tomorrow. You guys didn't hit it, unfortunately, but that's okay. We will try again tomorrow. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I've already made my piece, guys. That is going to wrap it out for today's video. Tune in later for some Cardano TA and trades. But before I go, guys, I do just first want to thank each and every single last one of you for watching, as always, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Oh!